Hey everybody, so I got requested to do a video about how to deal with rejection. And when it comes to being ourselves right now in the trans community, I think rejection is something we face very often with either just not being invited to places, being looked at a certain way, not hanging out, not talking, not validating our feelings or validating our transition, or even calling us a different name, calling us a different pronoun. When it comes to even relationships, rejection is all over the place, right? But when it comes to being trans, one of the major ways that I've dealt with dealing with rejection when it comes to someone not trying or not accepting me, and is first of all, is it has to do with personal skills. It has to do with our mindset. Everything that it comes down to, everything I've been seeing and changing for my life to change has been changing the way I think, changing the way I see myself, changing the way I feel about myself. And that is the number one thing. One of the books that I read, and it's called The Four Agreements, one of the agreement is actually don't take anything personal. And ever since I started implementing that, don't take anything personal into my life, it has helped me tremendously, especially when it comes to rejection. Because when someone rejects us, they're actually not rejecting us per se, they're actually rejecting the feeling that we bring them. So when it came to, for example, and when it comes to my parents, this is like everybody that messages me has obviously issues with their parents, right? Well, actually not everybody, I'll take that back. Most of the people have issues with their parents not accepting them. So that feeling of rejection, that pain, that heavy pain, and it varies from how easily you can take rejection or how easily it is for you to numb out of a pain, which I was a pro at numbing out for a while, and most of you who have followed my journey know about all the things that went on with my parents. So one of the things that I noticed was that I was begging my parents to accept me. I was begging and trying to please them and trying to do whatever I could to have them accept me and love me and have me feeling like I belonged, you know? And once I let go of that idea, and I realized, wow, I'm a beautiful human being. I am wonderful. I am valuable. I am worthy of being accepted and loved wherever I go. And whoever cannot accept me or love me, that's actually their loss. It has nothing to do with me. And once I realized that when I was, like for example, my dad was very macho, masculine, wanting to keep this image of being masculine up. So I noticed that when I turned something around and I became to love myself for being masculine and feminine and expressing myself in different ways and dressing differently and just being who I am and loving myself, I stopped really giving that energy to and that power to them. And that's when I realized that I was actually triggering a certain belief that my parents had that was not okay with the way they were feeling. So for them, they grew up in a way where girls had to be and look and do something specific ways, and boys had to do and be and act a certain different way. And then here I come along, woo, saying, you know what, I'm gonna change that up. I don't agree with how that works. I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna love myself. I'm gonna love my body. I'm gonna be, you know what, I'm gonna be trans. I'm gonna go beyond gender, and I'm just gonna be happy about it. That's when I realized they were rejecting that idea, not me. So being able to not take anything personally really helped me discover, hey, it's not me that they're rejecting, it's actually they're rejecting a feeling that they're getting triggered. Someone else is getting triggered by something we are doing or being. So for us who are in the trans community, we are divine beings. And once we get to learn and love ourselves and have that mindset of, wow, I'm gorgeous, I'm fine, I'm sexy, people would love to be around me. I love this body. It's beautiful. It's a masculine body, it's a feminine body. And so many people are struggling to balance that masculine and feminine side. And here I am going deep down into my soul and saying, hey, I can be who I want to be, and I can be different and unique, and I'm gonna love it. So when we have that love for ourselves, we will trigger a lot of people around us who are still fighting and really resisting who they truly are. And here we are saying, this is me, love me or don't like me, but this is who I am. And so that's what triggers people to reject the idea of us or reject us And it seems like they're rejecting us, but remind yourself, I really highly recommend, don't take anything personally. It has nothing to do with you. It's actually just the beautiful light that we bring, that divineness that we're bringing and awakening people's souls, and we're awakening someone else's light within. We're waking up another person's part of saying, hey, you can be different too if you want to. But some people, it's so uncomfortable and it's so painful sometimes to see that, you know what, maybe I'm not who I think I am. Maybe I can be a little bit different. Hey, it's okay to look different. It's okay to express ourselves in a different way. And we're triggering that, and that's when we are seen, and we're like the scapegoat to that feeling that they're having. So some people will grow from it, and some people will just reject us. But just to remind ourselves, don't take anything